We're at my desk today, and what we're going to talk about is my analog journaling ecosystem. I go way back with journaling. I've always been someone that had some sort of diary, to the point that even for gifts, I would always receive a journal. I remember when I was like in 4th or 5th grade, something like that, and my mom actually got me a digital diary. It was one of those that you open with a voice recognition, like you had to say the password out loud into a button and then it would open, and it was the best thing I ever had. Like, maybe I should throw everything out and just replace it with this one childhood digital diary that I had. It was just so epic now that I think about it. And it had this pen inside that would use like some sort of invisible ink, and it would only show with this light that was included inside the diary so that one could write their secrets. And I remember 4th grade me, I would write about my crush, and I felt so good, like nobody's gonna know about my secrets. And some things don't change because I do write about my crushes still, but I'm brave, I don't use invisible ink anymore. I just pour my heart out and hope for the best. Also, if I see anyone go within a feet radius from my journal, I start tweaking. I'm like, what are you looking for? What are you looking for? Today, I'm not here to talk about my childhood digital diary, but I'm here to talk about my analog journaling ecosystem. So on my Tumblr blog, a few people have asked me to talk about it, and even in the comments of my last video, which... why does it have so many views? Enough. No more. I want no more because I don't even want to think about it. This video better get 10 views or 5 max. Anyways, a few people asked about this. We are gonna go through my analog journaling ecosystem. And I say analog because none of my journals are digital. It's not 4th grade me anymore. None of them are digital, and everything is tangible. Everything is paper, tactile. Analog is a really important keyword within my ecosystem. It wouldn't be enough to say my journaling or journals ecosystem. It needs to be analog. So my ecosystem is divided in 2 parts. There's 2 categories to my journals. There is a desk stack, which are these right here. These are the journals that are bigger, usually A5 or anything more than an A6 I consider big and not portable. It's not pocketable. There's no way I would fit an A5 into my women's Levi's. I can barely fit my phone, and my phone is an SE. It's really tiny. Anything bigger than A6 is considered a bigger size for me. My desk stack includes the journals that I use when I sit down. They're not portable, they're not for things that are on the go. These are the big boys, they're heavy duty, and I use them at my desk. It's called the desk stack. We'll talk about these. We'll talk about these in a second. Hold on. By the way, I also have with me an iced decaf Americano. I always drink decaf because I can't with the caffeine. I can't. I think it was 2nd year of university. I overdid it with the caffeine and I've never been the same. Like, I'm such a grandma. I can't even do 1 shot of coffee. It has to be decaf. Black decaf iced Americano. My favorite thing ever and ever in the whole world. It's delicious. It's so good. So good. And I made it with the mocha pot. Decaf espresso beans. Ground to stovetop espresso. Mocha pot. I used the Bialetti Bricca. And ice. That's all you need. Perfect summer drink. That's all you need. No caffeine. This is for emotional support. No caffeine in this. Or I guess it's minimal, but anyways. As I was saying, my ecosystem is divided in 2 parts. The 2 categories are the desk stack, and the second part is the everyday carry. The everyday carry is portable, it's pocketable, it's small, it's an A6, an A7, maybe a B6 Slim, that sort of size. So anything kind of like, if it's bigger than my palm, it's gotta go. If it's like the size of my palm, it means I can carry it with me. And if I can carry it with me, here it goes. In each of these 2 categories, there are 3 journals. There's a planner, a journal, and a notebook. They're different from each other because the planner is practical. It's for planning. It's for to-do lists. It's for a timetable. it's for appointments. Anything practical goes into the planner. While the journal is for personal thoughts. It's for an entry that is introspective. It's about my feelings. It's about my emotions, my state of mind, my state of being. Anything personal goes into the journal. The notebook is for ideas. It's for brainstorming. It's for projects. It's for any thoughts that are not really super practical. It's not like a deadline, but it's also not a feeling, like an emotion or a personal private entry. Any idea goes into the notebook. That's the ecosystem. It's kind of simple. It used to be really, really complicated, and it kind of still is, but by my standards, it's not that complicated. I feel like this is kind of in the middle. I've seen super intricate journaling ecosystems, and I've seen super minimalists, super streamlined, super minimalist systems in which like there's one. It's the opposite of the other spectrum, which is like having 10 different ones. But neither really works for me. I don't want to have a bazillion. I mean, a bazillion is pretty subjective. I can't have just one because having multiple can help me categorize and compartmentalize feelings and thoughts in my head as I see them on paper and as I see them differentiated in different folders, as in the journals. So, everyday carry. So my everyday carry planner is a Moleskine, and I use a pocket daily diary. It is lined and it's for 2025. I love the size. It's literally palm sized. When I wake up in the morning, I write on the daily page what I have to do. Who am I seeing? This is where I plan my day. I write my to-do list. I write my deadlines, and I love it. I really like it. I use it with a Leuchtturm pen loop, and this pen loop is in the size extra large because it fits my Kaweco Raw Allsport extra fine nib fountain pen. So many words. Daily planning is really important for me. If I only had a weekly planner or something like a larger scope kind of planner, a monthly planner or a weekly one, that wouldn't work for me because it would be too packed. There's too much that goes on. I have too many things to do. I love to carry with me a daily planner because on one side it keeps me grounded. I am focused on what's going on within the day, so I don't think about the rest of the week. I don't think about what I have to do in 2 days. It's not overwhelming in that sense, but it keeps me grounded within the day, so I know what's going on and keeps me productive, which is always nice. Having a daily planner that I can carry around has always worked well for me. And I really like the Moleskine Pocket. This is a black soft cover one. It's just so perfect for daily planning. It looks like this. It has the date, the day, and little timestamps that go from 8 a.m. to like 8 p.m. A little space on the bottom where I usually write my to-do list. That's it. Everyday Carry Pocket Daily Planner. Love it. My everyday carry journal is my Taschenbegleiter by the German brand Roter Faden, and it is this very peculiar system in which there's like metal clips that hold on to any kind of notebook that you want to add to the Taschenbegleiter. It looks like this. I have inside of my Taschenbegleiter, because it's my journal, I have a few Moleskine Cahiers. I have a cut Hobonichi original. I guess it would compare to the Hobonichi Avec, the second half of the year, and another really tiny Moleskine notebook, a red one. Love the red ones. These are plain, and I use it with the Rotring 600 gel pen. I love the Taschenbegleiter. This is the small size with the brown leather cover and the red elastic band. The Taschenbegleiter is kind of similar to a traveler's notebook. It's very similar to Traveler's Company. The fact that you can insert different kinds of notebooks or inserts or refills or journals makes it so that it's very customizable, and that's really important for me. I want long-lasting, nice quality, sturdy, trusty covers that I can fill with whatever is needed at that time. In the Hobonichi, because it's dated, I can write my thoughts throughout the day. And the Taschenbegleiter is so cute. It has like little pockets that are felted. It's this beautiful wool like felt material, little glossy card, a couple of different things that I collect throughout the day. Like if someone gives me a piece of paper or something, or a receipt. And in the little Moleskine ones, I write other kinds of entries. As for the notebook, in my everyday carry, I have a Philfax Mini. This is the Molden, it's the charcoal edition, and I use it with the Kaweco brass Lilliput in the fine nib. So yeah, I use it with paper that I cut from an old moleskin journal, and the paper is lined. It's literally lined and it's vertical, so it looks like this. I also have this Midori A7 plain notebook in here. The Philfax Mini, I use it as my literary notebook. Literary. When I'm out and about, I want to know what's going on in my day, so I need a daily planner, and I want to be able to practice some grounding and write my personal thoughts as they come to me, and that's why I have a journal as well as a planner. But I also like to carry with me a literary notebook, because in the little pockets of time that I have throughout the day, whether it's on the bus or in between things, whenever I have a free pocket of time, I like to read, and I like to engage with active reading. So because I like to note down what I think about what I'm reading, I like to carry with me something dedicated to that. And not only what I'm reading, but also inspiration that I can use for my own creative writing. I usually get inspiration from little things, like things that people say or things I observe on the street, or little things I see, little things I hear, little things that people do. I sometimes want to write them down because I know that there's a spark there. Something has caught my attention and I want to use it for my writing. Sometimes it's not even something I see, but it's actually a feeling or a word or a place. It comes to me unexpected, and if I wait till I get home to write down my idea or my observation, usually by the time I get home it's forgotten. I like to have something readily available, pocketable and small and light, that I can use to capture those kinds of thoughts, those kinds of literary thoughts. So that was the everyday carry part of my journaling ecosystem. We have the pocket planner, the pocket journal, and the pocket notebook. Moving on, I have here with me my desk stack. These are, as I said, the big journals. Same spiel as the everyday carry. There's a notebook, a planner, and a journal. So the desk stack journal is my Philfax Molden pocket. This is the pocket. I would say it's like an A6 size. So it's not that big, but it's still bigger than the mini. I have a whole video about this one. I need two kinds of journals. One is a long form journal and one is a short form journal. The short form would be the one that I carry with me on the daily. Something small, something quick, something short. So I have a journal that's in my everyday carry, but I have a journal at my desk too. One that is for long entries, and if I want to sit down and I want to really get introspective and pour my heart out, write my thoughts in detail, this is where that happens. In the Philfax pocket, I have this little Rhodia, I think it's called Rhodiorama, little notepad cover for my lined notepad, and it's in the color Anise. For the Philfax pocket, I use a Leuchtturm Drehgriffel. I think this gel pen is in the colorway Lobster, either Lobster or Fox Red, but I think it's Lobster. This is for the long feelings. The planner that I leave at my desk is the Hobonichi Weeks. This is in the color Pistachio, and I use it with a clear cover. And there's also a blue Leuchtturm Penloop and a Leuchtturm Drehgriffel in the color Forest. I think it's in the color Forest Green. 2025 was the year that I finally tried Hobonichi after being a die-hard, and I still am, a Moleskine fan, and I love Rhodia, I love Moleskine, I love Midori, I love Leuchtturm. I was like, let me try Hobonichi. I did not like it, but I got it, so I have to make use of what I have, so that's why I have the split Hobonichi original in here. The Hobonichi Weeks actually is not that bad. The Hobonichi Weeks is not that bad. But I don't know, it's just the paper is so unforgiving. It's so unforgiving. I'm used to other kinds of paper that is a bit thicker. I do love the color. The Hobonichi Weeks comes in a beautiful cream color. There's a weekly layout on the side, and on the other page you can write notes, you can write a to-do list, which is usually what I do. I plan my week here, I plan my month. I do like large scope planning. This is not about the day, but it's more about the large scale of what's going on. And it's okay. It's I like it for now. No, that's not true. I don't like it. I think it's beautiful. This is a beautiful green. It's kind of like the Anise notepad. It's a beautiful, beautiful green. And there are some things that I like about the Hobonichi, like the slim size is perfect. And it actually fits most Filofax personal covers. There's a lot to like about this. It's just, I don't know, I'm on the fence about Hobonichi, and I'm really happy I gave it a go this year, but I don't know, I think for my planner next year, I'm just gonna stick to Moleskine or something like that. For my desk stack notebook, I use another Taschenbegleiter. This is still by the German brand Rotterfaden. This Taschenbegleiter is an A5 size. It looks humongous because everything else I have is so small, but this is just an A5. It's not even A4. In comparison, it looks gigantic. It's the same brand as this, so it uses the same metal clip system that is here. This is the small size, while this is called the medium size, which is exactly like an A5. I use with the medium Taschenbegleiter Leuchtturm-Drehgriffel gel pen in the color vanilla. This is for desk note taking, which usually refers back to my university lessons. Any kind of learning happens in here, whether it's academia or language or any other subject. Anything related to career, work, and university goes in here. Any kind of planning, any kind of notes. And because I can't do that on a day-to-day basis, and I also need more space for that sort of writing, I chose a medium Taschenbegleiter. In here I have two A5 Midori notebooks. One is in the grid and the other one is in the blank version, as well as a Stalogy medium blank notebook. So this is for language learning. The Midori blank is for planning. The Midori grid is for university notes, work and school notebook, and it stays at my desk because she's heavy. The Taschenbegleiter is so amazing. It literally fits 3 A5 journals like willy-nilly. The desk stack is for sessions of journaling that are kind of more purposeful, so that's why we have the weekly/monthly planner, and that was my desk stack. Both the Everyday Carry and the desk stack make up my analog journaling ecosystem. So this is the Everyday Carry, small and light, and this is the desk stack. This is for journaling sessions that are longer and that require more time, which is why I'll be sitting at my desk with a little coffee. That's it. This is my analog journaling ecosystem as of summer 2025. We have the Filofax, the Moleskine, the Taschenbegleiter, the Filofax, the Hobonichi, the Taschenbegleiter. Small versions, bigger counterparts. I think they work really well together. I'm really happy with this situation. This has evolved through time and it will evolve for sure in the future, but I'm really, really, really happy about this right now. That was my ecosystem. We went through all the journals, but I just want to say a few more words about the analog part. I always hear about touch grass, but one thing that really grounds me within this human experience, this human existence, is touching paper. I say this kind of metaphorically, but not really. I think that touching paper is really, really grounding. Something about writing with a pen or a pencil and getting smudges of ink on your finger, something about the paper getting wrinkled and folding and touching it with the fingertips. The sensory and the tactile experience is so healing, I think. I think that being connected to the senses helps the brain attach meaning to the words, and not only to the words alone, but to the experience itself. My ecosystem changes throughout the seasons and it's ever changing. It's not evergreen, but it's this flow that is always being updated and tweaked, and sometimes I discover this kind of notebook and it works really well, and then I discover that something else doesn't work, so I substitute it, and it's very flexible. It's almost alive. The ecosystem changes with me as I grow. The ecosystem changes as I change, as the seasons change, as life changes. It's always different, never the same, but it's this constant companion in life. Even though it's always different, the journal systems that I have and that I come up with throughout the years have always been analog, have always been tangible. I've never used Notion, I've never used something like Obsidian. For journaling, for note-taking, I've always been a strictly paper kind of person. When I journal on paper, when I take notes on paper, when I plan on paper, I remember things more clearly and I enjoy the experience more. It's more grounding and it's also more fun. I'm using markers, I'm using stickers, I'm sticking stuff in my journals, and I am having so much fun using colors and experimenting with ink. Even if something doesn't work out, like there's ghosting or feathering with the pens, it doesn't matter, it's so fun. So the constant has always been that my journal ecosystem needs to be analog, it needs to be on paper. The fact that my brain can activate my senses as I write and feel the paper, feel the pen in my hands, and see the words as I have written them in my own handwriting, with its character, with its personality. Something about it makes everything so much better. It improves my memory and it improves my enjoyment of journaling and note-taking itself. So analog is really, really important. Journaling on paper and note-taking on paper makes me more mindful of what I write. Journaling on paper is almost character building. When I journal on paper, it forces me to stop and pause and think, because I don't want to really erase what I'm writing. While when I'm writing, journaling, note-taking digitally, it doesn't really matter what I write because I can just erase it all. It doesn't matter if it's 20 lines of writing. I can make it disappear in a second. No matter if it's planning or journaling introspectively or learning and note-taking. It's always, always better. This is my love letter to paper. I love paper. I don't want to use my notes app. I don't want to use a Word document. I want to see what I'm writing. I want to think before I write, and I want to feel the pen in my hand as I write. This is my ecosystem and this is my love letter to paper. That's everything. Thank you for being here today. I hope that the next time that you're using a pen in your hand and you're writing things on paper, maybe it's a reporter notepad and you're writing down ideas or a grocery list, doesn't matter what it is, I hope that you feel some love for the paper that you're using. I think that's all for today. I think I've rambled enough. Bye! Sempre fui só de você.